Ooh, welcome back to your Idiot League Mates. All right, it is Monday morning, almost the end of week 10. This is your Idiot League Mates. Got Gut, JMO, and Casey looking comfy as fuck today on the couch.
Yep.
We're going to go over the matchups and also a little bit of a controversy that we may or may not have.
Presidential elections happening in Idiot League Mates.
What happened?
So you're unaware.
Yeah, I haven't told anyone
No
besides
idea.
him.
All right,
It
so
involves you, which makes it worse that you don't know
Involves
about
me?
it.
I have
Does
no
it actually?
idea.
No, it does. Oh, I see what you're doing. All right, let's go to your matchup first, JMO. Talk a little bit about it. You were facing Casey in a big Pookie Bear divisional
I'm a
game.
little disappointed in my team just for the fact, like, getting to play Casey on a week where he puts up, let's say Stafford gets 16, 120 points. That's like a good chance to beat Casey.
Yeah,
We just had a bad day.
Yeah, Tony Pollard a little bit short. Garrett Wilson underwhelming.
It was, a massive bye week for me.
And me.
On the bench, you had Gino, Jaden, Nico Collins late last second rule out.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
No, it doesn't. So
Big Brock.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess we
Brock.
both had pretty good big. I mean, yours was probably bigger, but those are two starters still.
Just the QBs.
yeah,
It
so if you're
makes
looking
good, though.
at JMO's team right now and you're wondering why he didn't have a flex play this week, originally it was going to be Nico, and then when Nico was ruled out, obviously you moved him to the bench to keep that spot open.
Michael Wilson was already played.
Michael Wilson had a
So-
1 o'clock game, so he was ineligible to, retroactively go into your lineup. And your plan was to pick up someone like Demarcus Robinson this morning.
Correct.
So in order to make room on your bench, you dropped Zach Charbonnet
And
And Wicks.
Dontavian Wicks. The reason you had to drop 2 was because Tajay Spears is sitting on your IR.
Yeah,
so
so
you
I
had
dropped
to get him.
I dropped the Wicks originally. It's like you can't pick up DeMarcus because you have an ineligible spot with Tajay on IR. I was like, oh, that's fine. So I got to drop another guy. So I dropped Zach Charbonnet to free it up.
yeah,
And then it was like, no, we're telling you that's ineligible regardless.
that's
Right.
why I'm kind of on JMO's side. Is if he dropped one, that would be one thing. But the fact that he made space for both Spears and D-Rob to come into his bench, I think should warrant the opportunity. Obviously, ESPN is against it. And as I was saying to GMO earlier, it sets like a bad precedent to help some ESPN situations, like when Nate had the tight end out, like that we haven't done previously, and then help him out now. I just think that
it's
he
a
should get his
difference.
players back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he can't make the D-Rob pickup, like he obviously would not have dropped those 2 players if knowing that. So that's kind of how I feel. Except, didn't Andrew say he picked up someone for like the Thursday night game just to stash him in case, and then was going to drop him? And
So this happened twice to Andrew, and this is why the second time we were like, dude, you're a bot.
right, you did the
because
same
you did
thing.
this.
Yeah,
So week 1, I believe he picked up Samaje Perine, who
Yeah,
was
for the
playing on
Kansas
Thursday
City
because
game.
he was like, I'm just going to see if an injury happens, see what his role is. If Perine sucks, I'll drop him later. After the Thursday night game, he was like, I can't drop Perine because he's locked onto my bench. And then I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago, he tried to put in a claim for someone that you picked up, and he was all up in arms because he was like, how, like, I was going to bid more fab. Like, how did it not go through? And if I'm not mistaken,
he tried to drop someone who played again.
well, yeah,
true,
it was
true.
either that the dude he was trying to drop had already played, or it might have. I don't think it was the IR situation where like
No.
a technically active player was on his IR.
that's-
That's why I think this one like makes more sense. I think in every league, if
But,
you
like,
have someone who played, they're locked into your lineup.
Yeah, I'm
Everybody
not
makes-
asking
is-
like to drop Michael Wilson.
Yeah.
Like I dropped, like the guys are gone. Guys that were on bye, guys I didn't want to drop for D-Rob. Charbonnet mainly is the one that hurts the most. Wicks I could live with, but like Charbonnet's like a clear-cut handcuff. I don't want to have to go rebid for if I didn't get Robinson in return.
It's a completely different situation from Andrews to begin with, where I think he has a claim for D-Rob. But even if we're not doing it because
But
it gets fishy,
in a
I think he
way-
should get his players back.
In a way, like I can see where you thought you could have moved him, but it's also like if a dude's on your bench, he gets locked in your bench. It's not like you can then like move him into your lineup. Like if he's locked on your IR, he's like he can't like then
But,
go to your bench.
But I'm not asking.
But he doesn't even want Tajay on his bench. They're just letting him not have any additions, or even though he has bench spots available.
Right.
He doesn't even
But,
want
like-
to move Tajay. He just did the second one in case he needed to move Tajay to make the pick.
Sure. So is that like saying that
I
you should
think
get
that-
like one of them back or something, or?
I think he should get both because he wouldn't have made the decisions knowing that it would have been locked regardless. But that's just my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, like you were saying, it gets a little blurry
Yeah.
when you're like, if we help you out this situation, like going forward, it sets that precedent that like
I
maybe we can go
wanted to
for it.
ask in the group to like vote on it. Like I wanted just a fair answer. Like if they say no, that's just how it is. But like I didn't know how to type this out in a text message.
Right.
Because we just spent like 3 minutes and I'm the one involved. Like I'm still confused why this doesn't work.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be hard to explain to others.
I get where you're coming from, and I agree that you should get your player back. But to be fair, even on Sleeper and other apps, whenever you have a player in your IR that's played, you automatically
Yeah.
can't make any transaction.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess I
yeah.
just didn't know that.
Like whenever you have
It
an
basically
IR player
keeps you-
that's
because-
active,
But
like
why the fuck like
you can't
would
make
the
any
app
moves.
itself not be like, okay, you like why would the app
Yeah,
before the
yeah.
game not be like, hey, that motherfucker's gotta move? Why are they gonna
Well, 'cause
let me
yeah.
fuck myself?
The tough part is you didn't try to make a move until like this morning. But if you did try to like pick up D-Rob on Friday
It
or
would've-
something,
it
it
would've
would have
said it,
told you
yeah.
like you have to
Yeah.
move him.
Yeah.
But
So
like
you have my word. I won't be picking either of them up as the Kenneth Walker.
that's like
holder.
technically like
I don't either.
I had to
don't
do
worry.
it before Monday at 11, and it was still like the same effort.
Yeah. I get, and I think you should get your players back. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I think
No, that's fair. I mean,
I'm not
if-
against giving them back, but I think if we put it up for a vote, there's probably, if I had to guess, going to be like 4 or 5 dudes who are like,
Yeah,
nah,
Jack's
fuck
gonna
that.
let you not do it just out of spite.
Right, and then
No,
like
I think it's worth at least putting it up to.
I
a
need
vote
Sure.
and letting the league decide.
I need to put up the DeMarcus Robinson thing, get denied there, and be like, well, at least let me do this.
Yeah,
and then
that's a good strategy.
like the foot in the door.
Yeah, you
strat.
present
Nah.
something that's ungettable to begin with,
So you
and
got
then
us
it's
a
like,
foot
all
in the
right,
door.
well, you didn't want to give me that. Give me
Yeah.
this. I like that strategy for you.
the other thing that I kind of thought about was that like we let Charbonnet and Wicks run through waivers, and then you have like first right to match a fab bid.
Ooh, but then wouldn't that just
No,
He's
because
first right, but he doesn't have to.
he doesn't have to.
Got it.
So if
I
you
think that's
if you
actually a
bid
good
like
idea.
100 on Sharb,
He would
you
just
could
let
just
him
let him
keep
go.
him. Yeah.
And you would have to. But then it also gives you the chance if like someone
ass.
dropped 20 on Sharp, you could be like,
I
I
actually
would
think
match
in
that
a-
and I'll pick him up.
In a list of 3 votes, that being your third option, whether it's get D-Rob, get your players back, and then that, I think is the most
He
fair
ain't gonna
way.
bid no fab.
Oh,
Sharp, I want. I want back Sharp, but like I'm just a cone, huh? Like I'm not getting anything good here.
Well, I think you should present all. I think you would be dumb not to present it for a vote at least.
I think there's virtually no way people are just going to let you add the players back to your lineup. DeMarcus Robinson, I feel like is off the table for sure.
about- yeah,
I don't know.
I agree.
I don't even think you should start there.
Yeah.
Because I think people might just get
Now,
mad
you
and be
getting
like, you don't
D-Rob
get
is
anything.
definitely off the table. 2 players back. The more we talk
I feel
about
like
it,
I'd
I'm
almost
feeling
rather
less strong about.
have D-Rob. Just it's one player that he doesn't even necessarily really want. He just has to have
actually,
it for the
maybe
lineup.
people would let you get D-Rob because in the long game, no one actually wants D-Rob
No.
with Puka. And
I feel like
Cup
if
healthy.
they will like found out Sharp's on the waiver wire, that's like an interesting guy people want to pick up.
Yeah.
It would make the waiver wire a lot more interesting with
Yeah.
at
This
least
waiver wire
Sharp there.
below-
Like I'm doing this for the league. But right now it's like he is on the waiver wire and I didn't get anything for it.
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough.
All right, so I think your best option is probably between like doing the first right to match a fab bid, because I don't.
I think you can do better than that. Honestly.
There's no shot that like I could just
But the
fucking
problem-
outbid a dude.
You could outbid a dude, yeah.
Yeah, but this way you don't even have to play that game.
I guess.
Right. Because if realistically, if like
give
the
me him
biggest
back.
fab bid, because you have Kenneth Walker,
Correct.
so you theoretically would have the most incentive to pick him up. If
Yeah.
you had to throw out a general fab bid, are you spending more than 20?
I'm also different than most fantasy people. Like
you
I
very
don't
much
hold
are. Yeah.
handcuff. Like
You
Nick's
probably
offered
should
me,
spend a lot more than 20.
Nick's
but,
offered
like,
me Algier like 6 different times because I have Bijan, and I'm just like, I don't know if this is stupid as fuck, but I'm like, if Bijan gets hurt, like that's just too bad. I'm not holding a bunch of handcuffs on my bench.
Yeah. You probably should handcuff, but you do you. But
Appreciate it.
either way,
Yeah, J-Mo's like getting scammed. Like some Indian scammer called him and he gave him money and he's like, "Fuck, I want that back."
Should we move on?
What's good and Casey? What's your vote?
The more we talk about it,
I would
Because it's
give
not
you-
up to me.
I would
it's up
give
to
you
guys.
D-Rob and then let you have you drop.
yeah,
the
I'd
other
give
two.
him
give you D-Rob and keep those other 2 on the waivers. Honestly, no, because that's
he just
also
lost- but he just
that's a
lost.
very
There's
picking.
no way-
that's a very
there's
picking
no
a
way you
specific
can get
situation
D-Rob.
because it clearly probably is not going to affect the matchup. But in a different world, giving someone that player could win them a game, and everyone will be up in arms about it if it was a different situation.
I
get
feel
it.
Like this is a situation.
Well, you're not going to win.
Like there's a chance.
Yeah, there is a chance.
I get it in the hypothetical of in the future, but if in the future anyone does like a stupid thing like this,
We now know.
yeah, it's like you
But
were
wait,
warned.
But I can
was-
also make the argument that the stupid thing already happened like week 1.
Did
with
you make
Andrew
the
and
exception
week-
for Andrew?
No.
No,
Okay.
neither time.
No. Even week 1 when I
But-
didn't even know that.
When
that
none
was
of
a
us
thing.
knew that was
right.
the
I
rule.
was like,
Andrews
I'm not.
was
We were
like,
just like
he's
tough luck.
Andrews
Right.
like he's just stupid as fuck because like if you have a player play, you can't do anything
Did
with
he
that
just
player.
pick
But
him up
no
in-
matter
in
what.
some leagues, I play like in my home league, we do it where if they're on your bench, you can drop them at any time. You don't have to wait. Till
Yeah,
the
I've
next
never
week.
heard that.
I've
before.
never
So
heard that.
right, it's a very uncommon thing, and it's a little bit different because Andrew didn't drop a player first to pick someone up. It was just like a waiver claim didn't go through.
I think the
Right.
reason
You know
I
what I
say
mean?
it though is
Right.
because like
Right,
brother
yeah.
dropped 2 players. Like he didn't just drop one
Yeah.
for D-Rob. He dropped 2 different guys in
So
hopes
did you
to get him
try
back.
and drop one and then do a straight swap?
No,
Or
so
you
Like
just
when you drop the
both?
first,
Because that
You
would have
dropped-
fixed the problem. Because when you dropped one and then in theory did the switch,
it wouldn't
it
have
would have
let.
told you.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I tried doing the switch with Tajay and Wicks.
No, I'm saying drop Wicks, and then did you try dropping Charbonnet to get D-Rob?
That's exactly.
No,
But,
because
like,
then it
why
wouldn't have
didn't-
let you drop Charbonnet if you tried to do the swap and you didn't get the player back. You just dropped them both and then tried to add.
Yeah, no,
That's probably your
I tried
mistake.
doing the swap at first.
No, I know.
and with Wicks, and then when that.
But you
didn't-
thought dropping 2 would fix the problem, and it
Yeah.
ended up, yeah. Maybe give you one of your players back. I don't know.
We'll just have to put him 2.
What? Well, like
We'll have to just decide.
not to like be an ass, but like I'm asking you guys like pick a side. Like I can't have you say I don't know. Like I need a real vote.
I
No, I'm
definitely
saying,
don't
like,
think you
I would
get
pick your side of just like
D-Rob
getting
because
something.
that's gonna affect.
Yeah, you can't
Okay,
get
but
D-Rob.
like, what
I
is
would
your
say-
vote? Enough of the. You don't. I don't think you get this. What is your vote of what
I've told you. I think you get your players back.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, if
But we're only 2 votes.
Okay, well, still, I need a.
And
If
Gut and
Alex-
I are in a position to where what happens with your team doesn't really affect us.
Not at all.
There's a lot of other people in this league who care a little bit more about those players or your position.
right, like I wouldn't be.
Like Tony.
I wouldn't be the one.
Exactly.
If everybody else is cool with it, I'm not gonna be the one vote that like vetoes
but
it or whatever.
You
but
should, in the competitive spirit, you should 100% vote no.
sure, but I'm also not gonna be because I like
You're
when
the
I,
most
when I
He also
saw-
has- he also has
You
no
should let
fat.
everyone else decide, and then if yours is like the one that makes it not happen,
Right.
I think that's fair because you're
Right.
the one that's most directly impacted by it.
Right. And when I saw him drop his players, I knew like I felt like I knew his thought process and I'm like,
No, for sure.
you're just being a cone right
Yeah.
now.
Yo, JL here, parentheses, owner of the big Cavs of Destiny, here to vote on this bullshit. JMO and Casey colluding. This is some bullshit. Option 1, he gets Wicks and Charbonnet back. I don't think so. Option 2, he has the right to match waiver claims for Charbonnet and Wicks on Wednesday. Maybe. Maybe. My first inclination is no. JMO, I'm sorry, you made a mistake, buddy. You just can't undo all your mistakes. Sometimes you just gotta eat mistakes, you know? We all have to do it. We're all adults here, JMO. I know just until recently you weren't an adult, and now you are an adult, and so maybe this is new to you, but sometimes you just gotta eat your L's. Let Jameis feed you your L's, Jameson Winston. Option 3, leave it as is. So basically, so basically just leave them in the lurch. Listen, I'm nothing but a merciful opponent, a good sportsman. So I'm gonna vote option 2 on this one. I think JMO deserves to at least match any sort of bids. Give him a ding in case he wants to get those players back, but don't make it a guarantee. So Cavs of Destiny, vote option 2. Boom, no more cheating, JMO. You neither, Casey. Quit your cheating. Cavs of Destiny out.
Tough situation here. Look, I'm not trying to be a stickler, but also y'all talked about, we've had this conversation with me in the league where I tried to drop Samaje Perine. I was told I couldn't drop him because he had already played. We also had the issue where I tried to drop a guy that hadn't technically played the night that I put the claim in, but he had the London game, and so I ended up getting screwed out of that one. I don't think it's fair because we haven't done anything in the league over the last couple of times that we've had some issues, one with Nate, some with me, some with other people. I don't think it's fair that JMO gets to just like, mistake, give it back. So no, I don't believe that we should give him his players back. I think he knew that Nico was going to be questionable. He wasn't active. We didn't get news that he was active. He could have had Demarcus Robinson picked up beforehand. If you would have tried to pick up Demarcus Robinson beforehand and planned before the game, it would have told you that Tajay Spears was not eligible to be on your IR. It told me that this week's with Jonathan Brooks before I put Jonathan Brooks back on the IR when he was ruled out. But I had to take him off of my IR to make waiver claims earlier this week. Yeah, tough situation. Hate to see it. I think it's a bad precedent. Leagues that I commish, I would opt to not do anything at all, and I would let it sit as is. I'll be a nice guy. I'll meet you in the middle. I'm going to be a nice guy. I think JMO can... You gave option 2. Option 2 is, I think, a happy medium. He doesn't get the players back, but if he wants to match a bid, or maybe what it should be is he has to outbid the guy by $1 or whatever it may be. If he wants to outbid the guy to get his players back on the waivers, then I think that's fine. But I don't believe we should just put the players back on JMO's team. That doesn't feel like that's fair. So I'm going to vote no to option A. I'm not going to say you can't do anything, even though that's what I would do in my own league. I think it was bad roster management from JMO. I think it was cone behavior from JMO. I think JMO leaving Taji on IR when he was active in the game is cone behavior, and that's bullshit. All truths get exposed, man. And that was, he tried to finesse, and he got finessed. I think that's what it was, bro. But I'll meet you happy medium. If he wants to bid to match bids on Charbonnet and Wicks this week, I'll let him match the bid. But I'm going to run up a bag on Sharp, motherfucker.
All right, listen. I'm going to vote no on both of these simply because if Nico Collins was active, then JMO wouldn't have made any moves. He would have left his lineup as is. And the reason he wasn't able to make these pickups is because he left Tajay Spears, who was active, in his IR spot. So if Nico was active, JMO was going to have an illegal lineup through the week, leaving an extra player on his roster that he wasn't allowed to. And then maybe he'll drop one guy next week when he has one too many players, but he can pick which one he wants to drop. And if you have an illegal lineup, you can't make any moves. So the first thing he had to do was make a move with Tajay Spears before making a move with anyone else. Because he risked it and had Tajay Spears in his IR after Tajay played, he was then no longer allowed to make any moves. So I think he fucked himself. He was trying to be sneaky, and it cost him. Like, I don't even think the players he lost are gonna matter at all. I don't even care about them. But like, you just can't have active guys on your IR. Simple as that.
Yeah, I hate to do it to Jameis Stain. Nothing personal, just business, of course. But I got to vote for option number 3. There's no way you could put the players back on the lineup. Cat's out the bag, genie's out the bottle. Unfortunately, it's just a rule that you got to be aware of. It's unfortunate. I think there are a lot of moving parts here where, like, it obviously wasn't nothing malicious by JMO where he was like trying to trick the system. It's almost like that IR spot is like a taxi squad spot in Dynasty, if you're familiar, where you can keep him on even if he's not on it, but you have to know that you can't make moves. Like, we play in Dynasty leagues, and I've known about this rule for, years, because most platforms have like this error on top of the actual team itself where it says like, you have an ineligible player on the IR. Now, ESPN doesn't actually have that, but as soon as you go to pick up a player, if the player's not listed as out, if he's just like questionable, probable, whatever the fucking case may be, and you go to pick up a player, it's going to say you have an ineligible player on your roster, which is where the problem lies. So if there was something funky, like it was, the rules weren't the rules already, or if the platform didn't have it in place, I think there could be a vote. I'm going to be honest with you. If I was commissioner, I wouldn't even go to a vote. This would just be like, you fucked up. The rules were the rules. I also think JMO he'll learn from this mistake, obviously. I think him just dropping the player straight up, like going Wicks, then Charbonnet, and then trying to make the moves, and not like just dropping Wicks for Demarcus Robinson was kind of a little bit of a mess up there. I think it's kind of funny, ironic that like the very, very first time he's got to deal with an injury, like Nico was the first player on his team that was injured, and he has to make like a move or drop and add and stuff. He kind of fucked it up a little bit. Don't wish it on him, but it's just kind of ironic. So he'll learn from it. He'll get better. I think the sharp drop definitely hurts a little bit, just because that felt like it could be a big thing going forward, because Casey, who's the top of our division right now, has Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker missed some time. JMO got to play Zach Charbonnet for those like couple weeks, and he was putting up like 20 points a game for him. So that almost, like, if we're talking about this as an election, that's almost like a swing state right there, where it could be the make or break, where obviously Casey's team is dominant right now, and it's going to be hard to stop them. Obviously, anything can happen in a 1 week span in fantasy football, but if something were to happen where like Kenneth Walker goes down again, Casey now loses one of his RB1s, and JMO would have got the RB2 in place for him, That's a big swing right there. That's Georgia. That's Pennsylvania type beat, you know? Yeah, overall, I just think the rules were in place. It was something that I was aware of. Like, I knew I wouldn't be able to make moves if I didn't have Tajay Spears, or if I didn't have a guy that was actually ruled out in the IR spot. So it's just something he's got to get a little bit more familiar with in terms of the rules itself. I think it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I don't imagine that the vote is going to go in the favor of putting them back on his team. I think that'd be kind of crazy. But again, it doesn't really impact me, so I don't care. This is just my unbiased review of how I would rule it regardless. But J-Mo also has like all the fab, I think, left, so he can go get Charbonnet and or Wicks if he wants again, when waivers run on Wednesday. So we'll see. That's my vote. I cast it.
Either way, though, you're down about 23, and you need Jalen Waddle to somehow massively outscore Matthew Stafford.
Waddle and he's Stafford. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
It would be a tight window for him to.
no, I agree.
All right, so
I would need D-Rob to like match Stafford and then 23 from Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle only touched a 20.
Out of curiosity, just quickly, do you think I'm trying to get Cup? Do you think a combination of either two of the three of D-Hop, Tillman, and JSN is a good deal
for Cup?
Just because he's starting like Noah Brown and fucking Locke, like he needs wide receivers badly.
All right, let's go to Joe's matchup, and then we can see what his lineup's looking like here. Monday night is kind of big for Joe. I mean, he's down 22, going up against H.
Will Levis having a day was so mean.
So bad.
It was so mean.
Because this is exactly
And his quarterbacks,
the prototypical Adam week.
dude, and Joe's quarterbacks lost him 10 points off interceptions.
Yeah.
They threw
And
5
Stroud
picks.
wasn't good either. Like even if he did make,
Yeah, Stroud's been real bad.
Jalen Tolbert would have
That
been a nice
throw
pickup for him, but
when fucking Tank was wide open in the end zone and he lofted it was like one of the worst throws I've ever seen.
yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from, but him exchanging Cup to get like a wide receiver 2, a wide receiver 3, he's not going to probably use him in his flex.
Why not though? They're better than and Dowdle may have to play starting running back when Pacheco comes back.
You mean Hunt?
No, I'm saying Dowdle will have to go in for Hunt.
Oh, I don't think Hunt's moving that much. Like you don't take out a guy that's having the production Hunt's doing and then just give him
No
nothing.
fucking shit. Pacheco's not playing yet though.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't think it's going to be that
You don't think
drastic.
Pacheco's going to ruin Hunt?
Not ruin, no, but I think he's going to impact him, sure.
Like
I was
D-Hop
saying-
and JSN.
I was saying a combination of D-Hop, JSN, and Tillman. 2 of those 3 plus Jameis if he wants to make
no
matchup.
shot, no fucking shot.
Okay.
Like Cup is
You'd have to do like Monty D-Hop, maybe.
Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
for the feedback.
Cup is just so valuable.
Like Monty D-Hop was.
Feels right.
Yeah.
Okay. We floated that. I just didn't know if he wanted a running back because his wide receivers are so bad.
Yeah, I mean, really, he just kind of needs a 3. And honestly, like, choosing between Lockett and Dobbs on a matchup basis is not the worst, you know?
Yeah, just had a rough bye.
Yeah, but I'm saying what if, like...
But you gotta figure
think Hunt is going to be cooked.
But what if that's not until week 14?
Sure.
And
When
Joe's
I
not
thought
worried about
Pacheco-
15,
No,
16,
100%.
17.
I thought Pacheco was coming back soon, though.
I think it's end of November.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
He gets 2-3 more weeks.
Yeah, he gets
out of
2
him.
more weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Good
yeah.
pickup.
It just feels like he would be trying to fix a problem like too early when it may not be or just fix it a different way, you know? So Adam somehow seems like he's gonna skate by with a win here, starting.
You know,
He's
horrible
gonna make the
quarterbacks.
playoffs.
Yeah, he probably
Everyone was
will.
shitting on Adam. He's gonna make it.
Well, it's also because he's gotten a lot of good results around him, which was not confirmed. Like, Sexy's team was a juggernaut until Dak got hurt because CD was... he's not winning. Like, he's on a 3-game losing streak. Like, he was not winning. He's just getting very good results around him.
But I mean, like, this was always the issue with
But
Adam's team. Is
locking
like, how
in-
many weeks can you sacrifice? But it turns out, like,
No, he got
also
very
not-
lucky.
yeah.
He took a risk and it paid off.
it's also we're looking at it and we're like, oh, his quarterbacks are such dog shit, but they put up 30 points, which kind of
Yeah.
blows for Joe when Joe's quarterbacks
Yeah,
put
but
up
that's kind
nothing.
of the ceiling for his quarterbacks.
Oh,
he's,
I agree.
Right, and he's only going to put up 117. Like, that's not a winning week in the playoffs.
Yeah, but that's also without HM playing
Dude.
yet. And we
No,
and that's
I'm
Henry's bad
I'm just
week.
going off
Same.
projection.
Oh,
But like
oh.
winning week in the playoffs, this could be a playoff week. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be a team that
playing
didn't make the
against Joe
playoffs.
is
think-
not a playoff week. That is
sure,
a fact.
but that could happen to anyone.
Yeah.
No,
anything.
it could happen
Like-
to anyone, but your chances are less likely.
Yeah.
That's all.
Sure. All right. Moving on to another matchup here. I'm going to take an L to JL. It was pretty unfortunate. Thought my team had a legitimate shot. ESPN had me at like 2% all fucking day, which was kind of demoralizing, but I never really felt out of it.
I did the math real quick on that Alvin Kamara catch. It would have put you at 134.
There's no shot. I had Carr and Kamara.
No, yeah, it would have been it would have been 4 yards for 25. So it was they were on the 50-yard line, so it would have been a 50-yard catch. Would have been 4 points. It would have been 6 and 4 passing touchdown, receiving touchdown plus the catch. Add one more, 15 points. You're at 119. Would have been 30.
15 points?
Yeah,
I don't think that's right.
because it's 25
okay,
reception.
it was
and
over
25 for
50,
passing.
but let's just say it was a 50-yarder.
I think it was 50. I think they were on the 50.
Okay,
I'm with Tony.
If it's 50, that's 5 points for Kamara and 2 for Derek.
Yeah.
All right. Then +1 for a catch.
Wait, how is it 50 for? If it's a catch, isn't it 25? Is
No.
it? Do we have 10 yards for a point?
Yes.
In receiving?
Receiving and
Yeah.
rushing.
Damn, I thought it was 25.
What league have you been in?
I felt like
You
my
thought
other
25
ESPN
receiving yards was one? No, it's 25 passing.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah, then definitely would put you over. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, it was
L.
okay. Just to do the math,
Yeah.
and let's say it was 50 yards, 5 points for the yards for Kamara, an extra 2
Yeah. No,
for
then you
Derek,
definitely would have been over.
plus a catch, and then +10 for both receiving and passing. That's 18 at least if it was just 50 yards.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it would have put me up like 37,
The
38.
only thing I thought about, maybe to make you feel better, if he catches it, do you think like before the end zone he just goes down?
Kamara's smart.
No, because they were only up by 3.
But
But like I guess maybe he tries to ice it.
That
That would
would've
have been
destroyed
just as
you more,
heartbreaking.
yeah.
Yeah. What did I say? 18 points minus 10 if there was no touchdown. Yeah. No. Okay. So he did need to get in the end zone. In a weird way, I feel optimistic about my team being like I almost beat JL. I don't know. Ricky P had a good game. Didn't feel great about having to start him.
How'd Laporta do? Did he do anything?
He had a good game.
Oh, okay.
If I switched him out for like Hunter Henry, it wouldn't have mattered.
Just a tease.
Yeah. I feel like the dudes like
It really all just was that Kamara catch.
yeah. Brock Purdy, Derek Carr had good games. BTJ is a fucking bot without Trevor Lawrence. I had the sense that Amari Cooper was going to get ruled out, and I was like, I'm starting Alec Pierce. I don't give a fuck. Like, at this point, Alec Pierce is better than Amari Cooper.
That last 13 seconds left, catch in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, so clutch. But yeah, JL's team still rolling, dude.
Yeah. That Kelsey trade's looking real good.
Yeah. Lad McConkey, where are we at with him?
I like him better than Xavier Worthy.
Oh, I mean, for
But-
sure.
Yeah.
I think it's just like who he is.
He's
Like,
also
he's
playing
a
the
good
Titans,
flex
which is
play,
tough.
and that's it.
Yeah. It
Travis
was kind of
Kelce,
funny
though.
because before
Travis Kelsey's just going off.
before the games, you asked me like, would you rather have Lad or Ricky P rest of the season? I was like, oh, Lad easily, you know. And then just 1 week, I'm like, Ricky P might piece something together here.
He's good, yeah.
Yeah, it's also like Tampa Bay though. Like they're
Yeah, but it still
Pretty bad.
shows like they got a guy.
yeah. I feel like he got 6 targets. I don't know. Felt like he was getting used a lot. Yeah, it is what it is. I need Amari Cooper to like stop being a fuckface, and then moving on to
Nick has not been seen, by the
No.
way, in the past 48
Where,
hours.
Yeah,
is he okay?
I don't know, dude. We actually
He
did
messaged
anybody text him yesterday?
not yesterday, but he messaged in the Discord. He's going live, and he
Yeah.
told us to take the waters out. He's
Dude,
just
this-
sad. He's depressed.
This might actually be the end of Nick.
I think he's more worried about. He doesn't care about the comedy. I think he's more wrapped in the fact that like he's the fantasy creator and he's about to come in last in the first year of this league.
Yeah. Do you think so? I
He's
kind
the
of,
face of our fantasy channel, and he's coming in last.
I think it also just like being a competitor, it just hurts
Yeah,
to lose.
yeah.
Like,
Right.
I think that's also
for sure.
like
You feel like such an idiot because I feel like we all spend. Yeah, obviously it's our jobs, but we all
Yeah.
spend like a good amount of time looking at stats, watching games. Like it takes a lot of like mental energy, and then
Yeah.
for it to just fall short is like I need a new hobby. Like I
Yeah.
need to do
Yeah.
something
We
else
spent
with my
months
life.
looking at it.
Yeah.
We started in May all the way up for
And I-
redraft, and it's just
Yeah. So Aaron Rodgers,
Tyler Algier 3 goal line carries in a row.
dude,
Couldn't
that
get
was
in.
tragic. They did everything they could to give Tyler Algier that touchdown.
how did Goff end up doing? with
Goff,
his
I mean,
5
5
picks?
turnovers. Like, it was not great. But it's not like Joe Flacco was really able to capitalize. Dude, between these two teams, there was like 40 interceptions.
Dude, Ridley had a day.
Yeah, dude, all of a sudden, Nate's wide receivers don't look bad.
Yeah, they look good.
Yeah, like Calvin Ridley
Nate about
is
to put
the
a run
only...
together. Watch out.
Yeah. Even Jawan Jennings, like, Jawan Jennings actually looks like the best receiver on the Niners. I don't know if, like, it's just hard because, they're, you know, Debo's still going to kind of get his. So is Kittle. McCaffrey's going to get worked in.
Yeah, and like this is a down Brees Hall and Aaron Jones week.
Yeah,
So,
very
like-
very mediocre.
Nate to the moon, huh?
Yeah, I'm glad I got my win versus Nate out the way.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Nate about to take off. Don't you play him next week? Or who?
No, I play
Jack
Adam.
plays him next week.
Who does Jack?
Jack.
That's
Ooh.
big for the division.
They're not in the same
they're
division.
not in the same
but-
division. But they get big for the company
Big
for
for the
show.
standings.
Yeah.
Big for snapback.
Um.
Nate
dude,
about to talk that talk if
Who's
he wins.
Nick play?
Nick plays.
Oh, it might be. Is it me?
No, I play you next week.
Oh, is this his back-to-back Casey's beginning?
I think it might be.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah,
He has
he's
Casey
in-
the next 2 weeks.
He's in trouble, dude.
That's so bad. That's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's Casey, me, whatever. My team might be in shambles. I'm probably whatever. But then it's you. Like I think on his schedule, like I'm the only matchup he probably feels good about. Nick might end up with like 4 wins.
But like, if Joe doesn't get another one,
Joe probably
do
is
it
gonna
together.
need 2. But
fuck,
dude, Aaron Rodgers, I think is a total bum.
not great. His
Yeah.
quarterbacks are
Dude, that's what they're bad.
Who do you have to start the season?
It was Goff and Darnold.
both gone.
I mean, Darnold also
yeah.
hasn't looked great recently.
Past 3 weeks been tough.
If
But
he
like,
just kept his team,
yeah, if he didn't make trades, I think he would be in a good
Well,
spot.
I think the one good one was easily switching out Rashad White
Oh
for
yeah,
Pickens.
yeah, that
Oh.
100%.
Yeah.
But even
Well,
Rashad
actually,
White,
no,
was
Rashad
like
White's
20
kinda been going
19
off,
points
though.
this week. Yeah,
who was his RB?
he had Brees.
And then was that it? Who's his other running back?
Well, that was the problem. He was starting like Zach Moss and Tyler Algier.
Oh, Moss was getting it done.
Yeah. Dude, the Jets offense is averaging the exact same points per game and 1 more passing yard than it was with Zach Wilson.
No, it's bad.
He's literally starting Zach Wilson.
I saw their record in like 2022 first 10 games 6-4. Last year 4-6. Now they're 3-7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So next matchup here,
Yappa, next.
Jack, the highest score of the week,
Dude,
dropping 174.
everyone did good but Keenan.
Yeah. And honestly, like Keenan being the most down players
Very predictable.
definitely didn't kill you.
Chuba getting 153. Nuts. He went off.
Yeah.
I know. I gave up Chuba for the free, dude. I'm never gonna live that down.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, then again, it's so hard to predict that in week like 4.
Yeah. When you had like a 1-point game with Bryce Young,
You can
you're
look
like,
back in hindsight and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
whatnot, but you know, you gotta rock with what you did. Caleb fucking stinks. Just it's not even him. Like I said this to JMO earlier at the apartment. It's like it's not Caleb that's the problem, and I'm not even a Caleb believer. It's just Shane Waldron is so fucking bad at calling offenses. It hurts my
Yeah.
eyes.
I also think Caleb's definitely not like part of the solution though. Either.
No. I mean, he takes a lot of sacks. He tries to extend plays too much. He just has to get the fucking ball out. And in this offense, it doesn't help him get the ball out. They're just in shambles all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Javonte getting 1 carry too. Not hot.
Definitely not. I kind of feel like Jack missed a window to sell pretty high on Caleb.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Like
In
at
London,
this point,
when they beat the piss out of the Jags.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like he tried though, and no one wanted him.
Well, I feel like he was trying with Adam, and Adam was just a dude who was not going to value quarterbacks. But like, you know, again, hindsight 2020. At this point,
I mean, he
you
could have
can
gone to
get
like
any-
Andrew or something.
You can get any flex
Herbie
play
or-
for Caleb. I think you would have done it. You know.
I mean, looking back, I would have done Caleb for Knicks. Again, hindsight bias, but
Yeah.
it's tough. I mean, Andrew's team's not like super far off if Puka is able to perform either. T-Hawk looked good.
Yeah.
Debo's like a touchdown away from really popping again.
Yeah, dude. I feel like people are so high on Debo. Like I know Nick's really high on him, and whenever I look at like consensus rankings, they always have him like
Yeah, I'm not
as like wide receiver 6 or something.
Yeah, it's-
And I get the
I think it's
I get the thought process, but I just feel like that's not him this year.
yeah, no, it's just not. And that's like he's not getting peppered. He's just kind of being used as a gadget guy, and that's. I feel like he needs to find the end zone for him to have a massive week. He can't just do it all volume anymore like he used to. Him having Shakir though with every single Buffalo pass catcher out is
Here's
massive.
nice. Just
Like-
like a wide receiver 3.
Yeah, just like Shakir's now the only one left. Coop, Keon, and Kincaid all went out all are out. Shakir is just the only fucking dude.
Yeah.
But also you have to remember Eki's gonna get
Eckler's
B-Rob
probably
back.
not gonna be. Yeah.
So when B-Rob comes back, Eki's going back to his normal 9.8, 11.1 per game, which is like fair, but it's not going to be 18, 20.
Yeah.
What's his bench look like right now?
Who, Andrews?
Andrew, I need to look over.
Dude,
Cooker actually ain't a bad player to have right now.
It could be. Yeah, he's
Like-
definitely worth rostering.
Yeah,
for
he's
sure.
just a guy that's Bryce looks to all the time. Russ has been a good QB3.
Dude, I tried to get Russ from him so
His
much.
price is so high.
Yeah, I kept hitting him up trying to get him.
He's
But-
like, kind of been nice.
Dude, luckily Derek Carr just like straight up outscored Russ though.
Yeah. Yes, and that looked good on the comeback. Be like, all right, I'll offer it again.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, like, I don't really have a use for Russ. It was more just like a 1 week, one week thing.
Like
But
Washington.
yeah,
Him having Roshan. Like Roshan, I get the he doesn't even have the handcuff anymore. Because I'm Swift.
Roshan's like any handcuff running back. He should be rostered by someone just in case Swift goes down.
I guess his offense is just bad.
Just handcuffing everyone.
Yeah.
Gibson,
Davis.
Herbert, Dave. Yeah, he's just.
I mean, yeah, it's
praying.
Brooks.
probably the right thing to do though. Like if one of those guys goes down, all of a sudden, like,
Yeah,
that
but like
becomes a
if he
flex
ever
play.
needs the depth,
Yeah.
like, he just don't got it.
That's fair. All right, I think we got one more matchup.
Yeah, this was over before it started.
Yeah, we previewed this.
He finished
Uh,
with negative.
Yeah, Cooper.
Oh my god.
He's a dude who needs Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush in this Cowboys offense is just
The Cowboys are
abysmal.
fried, and he's invested the entire way through. CD lost the ball with the sun in the end zone. That was nuts.
That Cowboy, the Cowboy offense is stupid. The Cowboy stadium is stupid.
Yeah, they need to also blow it the fuck up,
Yeah,
but they won't.
Texas team's looking rough right now.
And Connor did like everything possible to have the best PPR day. Like he had 50 yards through the air, a touchdown, like 5 catches. Like he had a great PPR day. It's just
Like DJ
Nothing
Moore's not getting better, and Malik Neighbors, this might be. He's not gonna. I don't know if he's gonna go back to what he was in the first month.
yeah. It's tough when the offense in general just isn't very good. I mean, that it
also
was
they're
the
just spreading the
Panthers,
ball
dude.
out. And now that they have a running back that they can like truly rely on too, like Tracy's just being a workhorse.
Like if you're sexy, what do you do?
I don't
I
know,
don't think
but,
he's
like-
gonna want to just keep running it back. I think he's gonna want to try and make a move.
No, I think he wanted to bench DJ Moore over anything, but like B-Rob was kind of a last second out. Same with Keon. Like, at this like DJ Moore is kind of
DJ Moore is bad right now.
he's kind of a virus where if you have him, I don't think you ever feel great about benching him over other options, but like he's not gonna do shit for you.
That's like when Joe like, how is he gonna bench Tyreek when Tua's out? But
Right, yeah.
yeah.
Dude, Tank Dell having an underwhelming game.
Again, back wide open in the end zone.
I guess
Booty
that's
butt
fair.
naked.
Yeah,
And
his
just
game could have
missed.
been a lot bigger, but again, it's just like
Bobby Sloak's on fraud watch.
a little bit.
Yeah, that
I do
offense is
think a
bad.
lot of it though is their O line. Like I think it's hard for offensive coordinators to adjust without an O line. But yeah, Sexy's team kind of crumbling.
How many wins does he have?
He has 4.
Dude, if we had just a handful of 4-win teams, that'd be so interesting. I wish Joe
Like no divisions, you mean?
no,
like,
just
for
like
last.
if everyone was like 3-4 wins and there wasn't like a 2-win gap, this
Right.
would be sweaty.
Yeah.
Like even Sexy, how bad that team is, I feel like he's fine with 4.
Peep the John Mechie breakout game though. What you
Yeah,
know
that's
about
true.
it. I mean, I kind of like his snaps last week were good. I obviously didn't start him. I probably should have started him over Parker, but I just did it for this Mac Jones stack.
Yeah.
But he's gonna get the slot reps with no Diggs. No,
think
like
so?
Tank's not playing slot this year. It's been proven time and time again they don't
But
want
like
to use him there.
Like if
and
Nico's back, you don't think he goes to slot?
Tank didn't play slot even when Nico was there for the first 4 weeks.
Well, because Diggs was there.
Yeah, but I don't think there's
Like,
a
wasn't Tank
reason.
playing slot last year when it was
He was
just
playing
him and Nico?
he was playing more slot last year. He was playing about 50% of slot snaps last season. But if they have a guy that they can now trust there, if Mechie turns into that guy, I don't see why you wouldn't just rock him there for the time being.
Yeah, I guess so.
And Tank he played really well last year on the outside, and he's been all right this year. It's just he's not a 1. So
Yeah.
without Nico, it's tough.
You worried about T-Law missing more time?
Yeah, I mean, of course. And if he misses the season, that fucking blows. And Mac sucked, but Mac was also playing Minnesota, so like he'll have easier games on the back end. I think he still has to play the Colts one more time when I'm joking. So it should be an easier matchup. Like he'll have his days. Parker Washington's useless. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But I think Mac will be just fuck it, put in the lineup and pray. Or I might just start putting Jalen Warren in there. I get DK back this week too, so I'll be able to move guys down. I get fucked by bye weeks in the next like 3 or 4 weeks. So I
Yeah.
just gotta like maneuver guys. I can put Jacoby in there depending on matchup. It all depends. I'll just be playing with shit. I've like started adjusting my team. I've got my team on week 12 to where the only player I need to replace is Burrow, but I have like everyone that I don't want in that line. So we'll see. Like, right now,
tough.
Parker Washington set to play in that lineup, and I just don't. I'm gonna drop his ass.
I feel like a guy because like right now you got Chase, you got Downs, who feel like every week starters,
I think
your flex is kind of overtaken by a third running back to where I feel like you could probably move Myers, or if you wanted to go even pricier, a guy like DK, and then like get a second quarterback.
Yeah, it's all subjective if T-Law is back or not. So I'm just kind of waiting for that. I also think Deontay over time will get into this offense. I think having the 10 days is going to be huge, and then we can see how he is next week. Obviously only 2 weeks into this, but if he can figure out like a wide receiver 2 role in that offense, I think he'll be a good asset to have too that I can work with. But for now, he's useless. For now, he's just in the bench forever. But
Totally.
we'll see. Yeah, I think I have pieces to maneuver and fuck with. I just got to figure it out. But for now, Jamar and Burrow just carry. Just put the team on your back, kids.
Facts.
We'll keep it pushing. All right, standings.
All right, vote below what if DeMarcus Robinson should be on my team in 7 hours.
Yeah, they're not going to see this in time, but
Hell.
yeah, we'll give them an updated ruling.
Go to the
So,
standings real quick. I just want to see where everyone's going to fall. I haven't looked. So,
all right, so
Andrew's
big girls, you're
L.
going to be up top with 7 wins. Jack's going to be 1 game behind. Joe's
Yeah.
still at the bottom.
Me having a
Casey is now
2-game
9
buffer
and
is
1.
nice.
What's that?
Me having a 2-game buffer is nice.
Totally.
And then Casey, just 3 games.
Casey's going to have a 3-game buffer between me and JMO,
Yeah.
which is huge.
Well, and the big thing is like the top 2 people have buys week 1. So like that's where my mind's at of like I gotta stay winning so I can lock in the second buy.
Yeah, I mean, as of right now, you
I
have
have it. Yeah.
that spot.
I just need to like you can
You know
go
what
to
I know we didn't really think about? I don't think this applies, but like what would happen if Casey's the best team, he would have a bye. JMO, if he's the second best team, does he get a bye?
Yeah.
Looking better.
Yeah.
Even if you don't
It's
win
just
your
top 2
division?
teams. Yeah. I think so.
I don't think we ever really established that.
Wait,
I thought we always just said 2 best records.
I guess so.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think divisions are more for just like who makes it.
Yeah.
But like top 2 teams should get the buys.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you're 1 game up on
Well, I mean,
Me
me
and
and JMO's
JMO.
match this week will be
yeah.
deciding factor damn near.
That could swing JMO from missing playoffs to having a first round bye.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
A lot's going to be riding on the fucking Trahan and Guthrie household.
Yeah. And then in the woke division, JL still in the lead, 6 wins.
Dale might, he's just so quiet. He might win it all.
Yeah, probably.
He's not quiet in the group chat when he gets moving, though.
He comes in at the most random times.
I know.
Fucking chirping.
So that's all we got for the Week 10 recap of your Idiot League Mates. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we will be back in a couple days for Waiver Wire.